ahead and go to our next panel. We have with us the Honorable Stephen Czuleger, the presiding judge, Mr. John Clark, court executive officer, and Ms. Yvette Fania, court counsel. If you could please step forward.
Senator, we'd like to add Judge Wesley from our criminal courts to
Judge Wesley, please step forward.
Thank you for this invitation to attend this informational hearing concerning the strike by the Interpreters Union. My name is Stephen Czuleger. I am the presiding judge of the Los Angeles Superior Court. It is the largest trial court in the United States. We have over 6,000 employees and nearly 600 bench officers sitting in over 50 courthouses throughout the entire county. Every year, over 2.7 million cases are filed, and every year we resolve an equal number of cases. In each case, our court strives for fairness and efficiency for all court users throughout this obviously very large county. While the past month has been an inconvenience for the court, it certainly has not brought our operations to a halt. We are proud of our response to these challenges and in the way we continue to serve all of the residents of Los Angeles County. Neither I nor any of my bench officers have violated our oath of office. Despite protestations to the contrary during this labor dispute, our court prides itself in the exemplary way we go about our business in all of our courthouses in every community of Los Angeles County, including over the last month. My supervising judges, with whom I meet often, report that each of our districts has modified its operations to address the strike and still meet the needs of all court users. For this, I am justifiably proud. I like to note that in the 20 years during which I have been a judge, we successfully overcame the difficulties presented by earthquakes, riots, floods, fires, Paris Hilton, and Britney Spears. We are and will do the same here.
We're going to go ahead and begin to direct questions to you, Judge Czuleger. Senator Mark Ridley-Thomas?
Under most circumstances, the legislature gets a much different view of the challenges that the courts experience, courts face on a routine basis in their attempt, valiant though it may be, to administer justice. So the view that you offer today is quite different from what I'm ordinarily accustomed to hearing.
And that's why we are very glad to be here today to present the information. I have only given the outline, and I believe we have people here today that can give you the details.
Permit me to complete my thought. The view that I'm talking about is that which is often maintained or advocated by those who I think are acting in your interest in terms of require a higher quality of resources, funding for a superior administration of justice. You make the point about things going well without the resources of court interpreters at the court's disposal. So with a 75%, I have these numbers correct, a 75% reduction in the workforce specifically related to interpreters, the committee is to believe, pursuant to your testimony, that things work as well with 25% as they do with 100%.
Not at all, Senator. I said that this was a challenge that we have been able to meet, that we have been able to continue to do an admirable job, in my estimation, a job that I'm very proud of. We're talking about...
But I inferred from your representation, Madam Chair, and I'll include, and this is why I wanted to raise this question, that things are going just fine, even though you have a 75% reduction in a workforce that would otherwise be assumed to be critical to the fair administration of justice. That's what I'm reacting to. There is a challenge with this level of reduction in workforce.
Certainly.
Of some consequence.
Of some consequence? Sure, of some consequence.
I mean, just as if you would have a
75%
reduction in judges.
We've had
50% reduction in judges.
Sure.
Or any other aspect of the workforce. And so I think that for the purposes of clarifying for the benefit of those who are really trying to understand what's at stake here, we should be as forthright as is possible for the benefit of resolution that can be constructed. And that's really what I want to do.
And I would agree, and if tomorrow, if I had half the bench officers that I do today, I would have a plan by the end of the week to make the Los Angeles Superior Court up and working. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, and I appreciate that, but the question would be whether it would be working well or if in fact justice is being properly served.
Well,
that's the operating question, it seems to me.
that may be so, and
Yes,
I suppose
it
that is something that would take an evaluation after the fact.
Well, I'm here to evaluate. I appreciate your remarks.
Jack?
Thanks, Senator, and thanks for the opportunity to be here today and to hear your good thoughts about this strike. Sir, yours as well. I thought the morning session was valuable for us as a court to hear. In administration, we don't get to see what goes on a case-by-case basis, although Judge Wesley is here with us today, and we are going to ask him to talk a little bit about what goes on a case-by-case basis, since he's much closer to the trial court than certainly I am. I was going to talk about how we've compensated, Senator, for the problems we currently have. I think I'm going to put that off right now, and if that is of more interest to you later, I'd be glad to talk to you about that. But with your permission, I'd certainly answer any questions you have if you want to do that individually. But I think it'd be very important that we hear from Judge Wesley and get his reaction, Senator, to the comments that were made by the prosecutor.